everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nancy. Today I'm going to be showing you foam rolling muscle groups that I love to hit when I am training for a marathon. Currently, I am trying to get up to foam rolling at least 3 days a week, around like 5 to 7 minutes per foam rolling session, and kind of work my way up from there. Foam rolling is fantastic because it helps with the delayed onset muscle soreness, or DOMS, that you usually get from extraneous exercise such as long distance running, strength training, anything that would cause your muscles to be sore a few days after you completed said activity. One of the main reasons why you might need to foam roll is because when you are physically active, quite often your muscles build and repair, and through that build and repair process, it creates something called scar tissue. And now scar tissue is nothing more than just your muscles repairing themselves, but they can seriously hinder your flexibility and mobility, which is super important for running and maintaining a healthy and limber body, especially if you are in the gym quite often or running quite often. You want to stay as limber and as loose as possible. 5 muscle groups that I really think that you should be foam rolling on the regular if you are quite active and have a high endurance training goal that you're trying to hit. And those are your quads, your glutes, your IT band, your hip flexors, calves, upper back, and lower back. Okay, those are actually 6. So let me show you my 6 foam rolling muscle group routine that I like to do at least 3 days a week, and let's get into it. Okay, we're gonna start off with our glutes and or piriformis muscle, and you're gonna sit on your foam roller with your knees bent and feet on the floor. Slowly rock back and forth to start. You might immediately feel your muscles rolling over your glutes as you release. You can then put your right ankle on your left knee and slowly roll the glute to begin getting really deep into the glute muscle. Once you find those sticking points, try to hold there for a few deep breaths. If you can only do 1 deep breath, that's fine, and continue on rolling. I tried to go for at least 30 seconds per side to really roll out the side completely and start to feel a release in the glute so I'm not so tight, before switching over to my alternate side. Now we're going to foam roll our calves. Calves are great for runners. I especially get super tight calves, so this is a super important muscle group that I try to hit 3 times a week. So to start, you can just roll forwards and backwards, putting a majority of the weight onto your alternate leg that you are not foam rolling. Once you get a little bit more comfortable, add a little bit more weight onto that foam rolled leg and slowly go forwards and backwards. What I'm doing here is finding my sticking points and rocking side to side. This really gets deep into those tight muscles, those little nooks and crannies, and I'm flexing and pointing my leg, really trying to work out these kinks. Extremely painful for me because I have some super tight calves, so I'm just being very gentle with myself, rocking slowly side to side. As you can see, the lower half of my calf right above my ankle is super tight, so I am just trying to roll out my ankles and really get as deep as I can before switching over to the other side. Moving on to the IT band. Arguably, this is the most painful area for me. It is especially tight for runners, so bear in mind when getting into your IT band foam rolling. So your IT band is made out of connective tissue that runs on the outer side of the thigh from the hip to the knee. I always feel a release in my knee when I foam roll my IT band regularly. I definitely have some knee pain when I run, and foam rolling my IT band really seems to help alleviate some of that pain. It may hurt and be very uncomfortable, but the more you foam roll, the easier it gets. Don't feel bad if you can't hold for very long in the very beginning. Just know you can do it tomorrow, and slowly you'll become looser and looser and more limber, and this will get easier over time. It's just that initial first few foam rolling sessions that really hurt. Now for your quads, to get into position, start in a forearm plank position and slide the foam roller underneath you. using your upper body and core to move your body forwards and backwards. You want to roll from your hip all the way down to just above the knee. When you find a tight spot on your leg, hold again for a few deep breaths. And what I like to do to get a little bit more pressure on my quad, I like to shift my weight to one side and really go deep into the muscle. The hip flexors, probably my favorite muscle group to foam roll, and while stretching is great for your hip flexors, foam rolling really gets in there deep. Much like rolling your quads, stay on your forearms in a plank position. It might take a few moments of rocking forwards and backwards to find that sweet spot, but once you find it, and you definitely know, and you can just hang out there on that sweet spot, kind of rock forwards and backwards, side to side. My hip flexors are always a little bit tight, so this is my favorite muscle to hit, and it's not too painful once you really go deep in on those sticking points. And finally, we've come to our back. So I start with my upper back, and I put my hands behind my head, and I just gently rock forwards and backwards, just getting out all the different kinks. Sometimes I'll hear some cracks and pops, but I'm just getting a good deep release of my upper back. I hold a lot of tension in my shoulders, so what I'm going to do here is rotate the foam roller and get in deeper that way. So then I'll rock side to side, and this really feels great between the shoulder blades. If this hurts at any point, just stop and come back to it later, but I love foam rolling my back. It's like a mini self massage. And then we're gonna get into position for our lower back. And to do this, it's a little bit funky. It's gonna take a little bit of maneuvering, but you wanna get your booty up on the foam roller and rock side to side. And this feels so good. If you've ever done happy baby in yoga, it feels like that, but even deeper. And I like to stretch out my legs, and this is great if you have lower back pain. And that is it, my friends. Those are my favorite deep foam rolling exercises that I have been incorporating for my marathon training. I really have noticed a difference in my muscles and my muscle soreness, so I highly recommend. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!